Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Know How Reviews and More. Somebody not too long ago asked me to do a Wondershare Filmora tutorial. So there it is right there, Wondershare Filmora. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can download this application. It's a great video editing application. They offer a free version and a paid version. This is the paid version, but you do get all of the same basically all of the same effects and everything with the free version. It's just you get a little bit extra and you don't have a watermark with the paid version. So you can see here that I have a couple of things in my album here, which this is your main layout. This is going to be your main video track. And then if you want to do like video on top of video, you have a text and two audio tracks. You can add new tracks by clicking down here on the add a new track, and then you can choose if you want it to be a text track or a music track, and you can add as many video tracks as you want as well. Even though it just starts out with the two, you can add more. But so basically this is your user interface, and up here you have a couple of things. You can change it to dark skin, which I kind of like better, so we're going to go ahead and leave it like that. You do have your media. That's where you import all of your media files that you're going to be editing, and you see I already imported some Black Squad gameplay here, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you how I would edit a video. What I do not have in here is my intro, so I'll make it small and I'll go over here to my YouTube stuff, and then I'll do my Tech Know How intro and just drag it over here. And let's test it and make sure it's right. Okay, so yeah, this is the Tech Know How intro, so I'll go ahead and put that right there. Just drag and drop it right there onto that main video track. And then we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the music. So it gives you 51 different songs, and you have to download some of them, and you just download them by double clicking on them, and it will download them. And it gives you different genres and things like that, and you do have like sound effects. So you have like atomic bomb, and that's the sound effect that goes along with my intro. You do have all kinds of different things that you can add: video game jump, video game over. So different sound effects, different music. You can even add your own music. Next, you have text and credits. So you have custom text, you have all text, you have media text, and then you just tap on them and it'll give you a preview of how it's going to show up. And we'll get more into this in a minute, but I just wanted to show you what I usually use is lower thirds, because it just adds a little bit of spunk or whatever to your video, and there's different ones you can do. So basically that's your text, and then you have subtitles, you have openers, where if you want to do something like this, you put your title there. And to edit any of those, you just drag them down into your video. But we'll get to that in a minute. Transitions, tons and tons and tons of transitions. And if you click on it, it will show you how it actually, the transition actually works, just like everything else. Filters to go over top of your video, so you can test out different filters and see what it would look like with your different filters. So if we put September over it, then this is what it's going to look like. I generally don't use filters over top of my videos because it's not the kind of videos that I make. The videos I make generally need to be kind of crisp and clear, and I like it to be natural. Let me go ahead and get a sip of coffee here because my mouth is getting super dry already. Next, we have overlays. Now, overlays are almost like filters, but let me go back to the media here and drop in some Black Squad gameplay here, and you just pull it down and drop it in, and then let's go back to overlays. And overlays are basically like you can add a frame to your your video here. So basically this is the overlay that it would be, and it would go, if I put it, let's see, if I put it down here, and then I drug it out, I can have it overlay, and then we can go ahead and preview the gameplay. We can go ahead and preview what it would look like. Now it looks a lot more crisp and clear when you export, but in gameplay it would be, you know, something like this. So this is what the video would look like. So there's your overlay, and then if you want to delete it, you just click on it and delete it. You have elements, which are different than overlays. Elements, actually, if you put them on, it's going to put it on your screen. Now elements can be resized. If I pause the video here and double click on the element, it can be resized and placed anywhere on your screen. So we can say, you know, we love this game or something, you know, something silly. And then of course, just to delete it, you delete it right there. And that's that. Oh, I mean, one more thing about the overlays. Let's use this love overlay. So one more thing about the overlays is you do have your different ways that they will come into your screen, and no motion, fade. Let's make this one flip in like that, and let's double click it to add it in there. Love flipped in and it flips out. So that is how you do your overlays. And then you can have split screen options, and here's all your different options. 2 split screens left and right. You can have, you know, this is kind of how you could do like an end screen for YouTube or something. If you wanted to, you could go all the way to the end of your video, just add this in here, and then you could pick, you know, a video to add here, actually there, and then a video to add there, and then it would play at the end of your video, and you could say click here or whatever, you know what I mean. You've all seen end screens before. So we'll go ahead and we'll delete that. And Wondershare makes everything really, really simple and easy to use. And then this is how you would export. When you export, it gives you all of these different options. You have where you can just export it to your computer. You can export it for a certain device, Android generic. You can have a smartphone, and each one will have different resolutions and things of that nature. Or you can, you know, make it for Facebook, you can make it for Vimeo, or you can make it, you know, DVD quality. And I usually keep it on just this and then MP4, because that goes easier onto YouTube. If you convert your things to an MP4, it processes it quicker, it uploads it quicker, and things of that nature. You can jump into settings here, and then you have a few options that are really easy. You have best, better, and good, and you'll notice that things change a little bit between, well, actually nothing's changing between good and better, but best brings your bit rate up. The higher the bit rate, the better quality video it's going to be, but I believe YouTube only allows 10,000 kilobytes per second bit rate, so that's what I have. And then the H.2.4 HD optimized is what I use when I export a video. So we're not going to export yet. We're going to go ahead and edit. So basically this is the editing process here, and then we'll add a little bit of music and things of that nature, and we will talk a little bit about it. I gotta put my headphones on so I can actually hear what I'm watching. So let's start out with the intro, and then it just jumps right into the gameplay. So let's put an opener after our intro. So we'll go to text, and we'll go to openers, and then we'll go to let's see, what kind of opener do we want? For the sake of time and for the sake of the video, we'll just do this one here, and we'll just drag it down, drop it right in there, and then we'll edit the text, and it'll say Black Squad FPS, and then this other text here, free to play first person shooter montage. Okay. And then you can also change, if you click back up here, you can change your text and the way it looks, you know, different things like that. So let's keep that like that. Let's add that like that. And let's say that it looks good, just for the sake of saying it looks good. So now we're going to add a transition out of this because we don't want it just jumping into the gameplay right away. So we'll just jump over here to our transitions, and I like this cube transition a lot, and you just drag it into place right there. And so now let's watch and see what we have so far. We've got our intro, Black Squad, FPS, free to play, first person shooter montage. Then it does a transition into it. And we're actually going to have to get rid of this transition because we need to delete some of this. So you just click there to split it. So now these are two separate tracks, and we're going to delete this track, and then we're going to go back to the transition again, drag the cube down and add it in there and play it. And
Team deathmatch.
I don't like it right there, so I want to move it to the center. There we go. Alright, so
Team deathmatch.
now we're going to add a little bit of text, and we're going to do some lower thirds, and we're going to do this one here, text, lower thirds, and I want to put it, I guess right there is where I'm going to put it. So in the lower thirds, I'm going to say team death, I can't type, match. And then on this one, alright, first team to 150 kills win. Okay, so let's play it. I don't like the way that looks, so we need to click here, double click back on here, and now we can delete this because that's not going to look right. Actually, we can just change the font and maybe we'll be able to see it a little better. Alright, so there we have it. And then click on this one and make it the same. And then now let's see what it looks like. So it's going to open up. That's actually where I want it. So I'm going to actually drag it back to right there. So it's going to say Team Deathmatch, first team to 100.
Team Deathmatch.
Then it disappears. And you see I'm running around, doing a bunch of stuff. Here comes some action. Say I want to slow it down, right? I'm going to split it. Then I'm going to play it. And then I'm going to stop it, split it again, and then just double left click there, and you can auto enhance it or whatever. And here's where you can put your speed, and we want to change 0.50. Okay, so now this is what it's going to look like. We're going to play it from the beginning. There's the intro, followed by the introduction, the second intro, the opener, followed by the little bit of text we put on there. And we're going to be running. This is full speed it's playing at. Now it's about to slow down here in just a minute. And then it's going to speed back up to full. Which actually I want it to speed back up to full right after I kill that guy. So let's split that, let's delete that, and it's going to, oh, and right there we want to slow that down. Let's just say we want to slow it down, so we'll click there and then we'll type in 0.50 again. And you'll see how it makes the track a little bit longer. And so, and then we'll play full. Okay, so say we want to speed the rest of this up. We're going to say, we're going to make it play at 50 times the normal speed. And it but when you actually export your video, it won't look so bad. So we'll go ahead and we'll export the video and we'll see what we come up with. So we'll go to create video. We're going to make it an MP4. We're going to export it. It's going to go through the process, and it's not going to take extremely long, I don't think. It might, once we get to the fast thing, it might take a little bit. This says Slide Like Fox intro, but it's not. This is actually the tutorial. I should have called it the tutorial because, you know, I was going to upload the finished product as well as this. But we'll just take a look at the finished product actually after it's done processing. I'm going to go ahead and grab a drink here. So guys, demonetization, while this is converting, demonetization took place yesterday, February 20th. You guys know that. It's not going to affect the channel that much. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. We're real close to the 4,000 hours watch time. And I'm actually getting ready to go out and pick out another phone or 2 or 3 or 5, I don't know, to review. The financial situation I am in right now, I haven't been paid my last paycheck from YouTube, so I have to go out to like a Walmart or a Target where I can buy the phone, review it, and then take it back because I cannot afford to spend the money on a phone right now. We had a car go out, we had our washer and dryer go out, and our refrigerator all within a week, guys. That's why I haven't posted anything. I've been busy. This is just, somebody asked me to do this a long time ago just to make this little Wondershare Filmora tutorial, and basically this is what I'm going to give you. You can play around with it, download it, you can, you know, figure it out a little bit. It's really simple and easy to figure out and to use. If you want, oh, we forgot to add music to it. So before we're done, I'll go back after this is done. I'll find a target, drag it to my desktop, and before we watch the video, I will show you how to add music to it, because that's about the only other thing that you really need to do. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you a couple of different other things that you can do as well. It won't take too much time. So basically, this is dependent on the computer you have, is how long this kind of process here will take to render and all of that. So it's still converting it, and you can choose to upload it directly to YouTube from here, which I never do. I always, you know, I'll show you what I do to my videos actually with this as well. So now it showed me it's done. I'm going to find a target and put it right there. I'm just going to drag it over here to the desktop. First I need to rename it because I already have one, so I'm going to skip this file. And then I'm going to rename it. And I think that my kids are about to walk through the door, so if you hear them talking in a minute, you know, that's why. So we're going to just change this to tutorial. And my phone's ringing. We're going to ignore the call. So change it to tutorial. I'm going to drag it over here, drop it on my desktop, and then we're going to go back into Filmora. And let's say we wanted to add some music to this little project that we have here, right? And let's go ahead and change the speed of this back to, you know, just 1. So 50, you know, it's, or 500 or whatever I had it. It was, and you can scroll through your tracks right like this to see, you know, where you want to split stuff and where you want to, whatever. And you can use your arrow buttons to go back 1 frame at a time. Things like that. But we're going to add some music. So we're going to go ahead and go to OK, and then we're going to go to music, and we're going to pick some rock. And just for this, we're just going to drag it down here. And we don't want it to start there. We'll let it start there. So that's obviously not enough for the whole video. So let's go ahead and add a different video clip here. And then you can go ahead and choose another video clip, or audio clip, sorry, and add it there. And then now music will be playing, and you can actually detach the audio from your original clips by audio detach, and it puts it down here as well. So this is the Black Squad gameplay, and we're going to lower the volume of that to about 50. And my kid, like I said, my kids were going to walk through the door any minute. So, and now we're going to keep the video, all of the audio going on this track at not 50, but we're going to go ahead, and it's track number 2, I think. So, no, track number 1. And we're going to change it to minus 28 decimals, and then we're going to play it. Yeah, I like that.
Team deathmatch.
And the sound, this sound is way too high. It's still at 100. So, because I didn't detach the audio. So we need to detach this audio, detach this audio, detach this audio. And then on this track here, which is going to be this track, we're going to make this I don't know, 5. So we'll bring it up about 5 decimals, and now let's see what it sounds like.
Team deathmatch.
Okay, so basically that doesn't sound very good right now, so let's go ahead and go back into our audio mixer here, and let's make this, let's actually make our music at 5, let's make our music at 0, and then let's make our audio track, our regular audio, at minus 18, and I put it at minus 60, but we don't want it at minus 60, we want it at minus 18, so, you know, now it put it at 12. We want it at minus 18, and it put it back at 12. Why can't I make it minus 18? Let's see. Just do it this way. Alright, minus 18. Let's see what that sounds like. Alright, so now the music is so basically you fool around with it, and that's what you want to do. And like I said, you know, you guys can download this, play around with it. You can choose different equalizer settings, or you can make your own. You can remove the background noise from like the microphone and things of that nature. You can adjust the speed of your audio, the speed of your video, and like if you double click on something, you know. Anyway, so that's that. Let's take a look at the one. We're going to go ahead and close this and say no, we don't want to save it. Let's take a look at the video that we did make.
Team deathmatch.
And there it was. I think I wound up 24-17 with 3 assists. So there you have it. And then to upload that video, I would just open up my little Google browser here, and then go to, you know, YouTube.com and see. I think my wife might be logged in. Now I am. Click the little upload button here, and then just drag it here, and we're going to upload the tutorial, but we're not, because I actually have to do the screen recording, and then I'll go back into the editor, edit it how I want it to, and then I'll upload it for you guys. So there you have it, Windows Filmora tutorial, guys. Tech know-how. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. That way you can make sure that you don't miss any of the content that I upload. I will have more smartphone reviews coming for you guys here very shortly. I'm headed out the door here really soon to go pick up some phones, and I'm going to try to pick out some good ones that I think you guys would definitely be interested in, and we'll see if they're a go or a no. Budget tech on this channel as well as gaming, and just for my subscribers who are already subscribed, guys, I am working on a channel here for gaming, and if I go into my thumbnails here, you can see I've got some Black Squad thumbnails and stuff like that. And then let's see, if I go to YouTube stuff, I should have a copy of this is my YouTube art for my new channel. It's already up. I just haven't put any videos up there yet, so I'll leave a link in the description to that channel if you want to go over and subscribe so you don't miss when I do upload my videos to that channel, because from now on, that's where all of my gaming videos are going to go. And so basically that, and I'll stream live games and stuff on that channel as well. That link will be left in the description below, as well as my Twitch account and things of that nature. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, you can do so. I'll leave links on the new channel for you to do that, because the new channel, obviously gameplay is where Twitch is going to go and stuff like that. So if you're into gameplay, it won't always be first-person shooters, although it says first-person shooter gaming with my little guys here protecting my sign and the crosshair. I thought that was pretty neat. My wife kind of helped me design that. So anyway, like I said, thanks for watching, guys. As always, I hope you have a great day today, and it's Tech Know-how, and I'm out.
Team deathmatch.